Well, we got Rhett Miller hanging out with us in the studio. They're going to be have the whole band out at Mercy Lounge tonight. Old 97's are going to be performing, and love to get another tune from you. What would you like to do?
Sure. This is one Murray and I co-wrote. It's called My 2 Feet. Murray had a chorus he wasn't going to use, and it was making me mad because I thought it was so good. So I wrote a verse, and it was like, your chocolate in my peanut butter, and so it just worked. Okay, it's my 2 feet. Baby, trust me, your television is empty. I try to tell you, baby, you can't see. You turned on, headstrong. It's hurting now, but it won't be long. I got a habit of moving on. It gets so lonesome, you don't know. It's such a lonely way to go. I'm going on down the mountain on my 2 feet, and I'm going slow. I'm going on down the mountain on my 2 feet, and I'm going slow. Right there, upstairs, undressed and unprepared. And for the moment, baby, we don't care. You're so fine, so fine. For the moment, baby, you were mine. I ain't saying it was by design. It gets so lonesome, you don't know. It's such a lonely way to go. I'm going on down the mountain on my 2 feet, and I'm going slow. I'm going on down the mountain on my 2 feet, and I'm going slow. Sometimes you're 17, sometimes you're 65, sometimes you're giving it your best try, but nothing's right, no, nothing's right. You get a second chance, it's with you every day. You know it's always been that way. You make it stay, you make it stay. I'll bet you said, what have I done to deserve this mess? And that's as easy as a question gets. Well, you should have said yes, but you couldn't care less. Oh, it gets so lonesome, you don't know. It's such a lonely way to go. I'm going on down the mountain on my 2 feet, and I'm going slow. Well, I'm going on down the mountain on my 2 feet, and I'm going slow. Well, I'm going on down the mountain on my 2 feet, and I'm going slow.
All right, Rhett Miller, Old 97's live in our studio this afternoon. That's another track from his new album, Blame It on Gravity, My 2 Feet. And you said you co-wrote that one with Murray.
Yeah.
And you just did. You've had solo CDs out. I think you've had 2 solo CDs out. Yeah. And Murray has a solo CD coming out.
Oh, it's so beautiful, you guys. It's tough to get it. You got to go maybe on Amazon.com or at the show. Murray's selling them.
At the show tonight.
At the show tonight.
That's not too tough.
It's good because Murray's all the proceeds from the sales at the show go to this benefit that he'll tell you all about there tonight at the merch table. But
yeah, well, I looked it up in case. I don't know if he'd be with you today or not, but it's a non-profit, and he said every 234 CDs that he sells, it goes to this project called Mercy, which is like Habitat for Humanity for poor people in Tijuana, Mexico. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, what was he saying? Like every 234 CDs means that another house gets built. Like they're able to build these houses for these people, for not much money. So
pretty tangible there.
He's pouring it all back in.
That's very cool.
He's putting his money where his mouth is.
You've done the solo CD.
Yeah, but I don't give the money to charity. I have these 2 kids that are like, I have to eat every day. It's relentless.
The last one was The Believer, and when you did that record, did you think that there'd be more old 97 stuff? Or
oh yeah. I mean, I always had the feeling the old 97s could survive me making solo records and us taking little breaks here and there. I mean, it's just too good of a band, and we're too good of friends, and we've been through all the hardest stuff, you know. So why quit now? And there's no reason we can't do this till we're 70 or something.
What's some of the hard stuff that bands go through?
Well, I mean, almost no band gets to survive a lead singer making solo records, you know, much less a lead singer and a bass player making solo records. So the fact that we can do that is pretty cool and unheard of. But I mean, you know, just making it through 15 years, there's a lot of little arguments that you have to deal with over the years, and it's just tough. It's like having brothers, you know, or siblings, but you're not related to them by blood, so you could walk away if you wanted. But I guess we just don't want to. So,
well, one of the things I read was that you said you ran into some problems and you stopped writing for an entire year, but didn't necessarily say what the problems were.
God, I don't know.
Is that right? Did you stop writing for a whole year?
I had a rough patch right after The Believer got killed by that record label, but you know how it is now. Record labels are floundering. You know, it's that whole recorded music industry is having a tough go of it. So, you know, I had to sort of cope with the effects of that on my own personal output. I just made The Believer. I was so proud of it, and then the record label gave it 2 months and then told me it was dead. I'd like spent the first 2 months of my daughter's life on tour, and then I got home from the tour, and the president called me and said, you know, 30,000 units is not enough. And I'm like, 30,000 is not a bad number in this day and age. And anyway, whatever. Nobody wants to hear about that. It's like sour grapes. I get to make a living playing rock and roll music for a job, so I'm not complaining. I did during that stretch right after that happened, but I'm not going to anymore. I'm too lucky.
Right on. You got a nice positive outlook. Well, I'm just interested in that type of thing because we produce a show here called Music Business Radio.
Oh yeah.
And you were talking about, I believe you said. Things are out of your hands.
Yeah, you gotta let go. You know, you just gotta do the best work you can when you're in the studio, and then trust the people you hand it off to, like your management team and whatever kind of label situation you decide to go with. Be it, you know, your own team of people releasing it yourself or signing with a major label or whatever. You know, you gotta just make the best of it, because after you record it, that's it. I mean, you can go out and promote it, and you have to. You know, that's why I'm here today. That's why every single day I'm on the road, I want to do as much as I can, because if I'm not going to be at home with my family, I might as well be working and working and working. You know?
And 16 out of 17 nights,
yeah,
you have a show to do.
Exactly.
So, are you happy with New West Records?
Yeah, they've been a great record label, really. They've got a cool stable of artists and a great little staff, and everybody's very sweet, and they've trusted us every step of the way. Like I said, going with Salim Nurallah, sort of an unknown, you know, producer, and they believed in it after we handed the record in. They couldn't believe how smart we were. So I said, remember that next time around, y'all.